Hello. How are you? Frog is still happening. Welcome back to your stream. Thank you. This is the kindergarten. I don't need to be there yet. Yeah, I remember that. What? Okay. Can't believe I'm breeding without Whimsy. You'd think we'd both be here for this. Level 7 clearance only. When we started the fragmentation research, we found some situations in which the dream was so corrupted by memory issues it became fatal for any frogs connected nearby. Wow. With a normal functioning system, the fragments are managed and maintained easily enough, but it does rely heavily on the pond mother's own memories as the source of truth. If her original memories were to also start fragmenting, it would infect the network via the other pond mothers and lead to a catastrophic event for all of us. I've devised a fail-safe to seal a pond mother in case of such an emergency. I'm not happy that it's come to this, but I'd rather not risk the disaster if it was to happen. Alright, well, I wonder what that is. Record keeping, huh? So the other pool. Nope. I mean the other one. Shauna? Shauna, why do you look like a frog in the dream, but you look like a bird in the reality? Dearest Shauna, starting a new project up in the northern pond. There's a lot of old technology here, stuff I've never seen in any of the other ponds. I was hoping I might be able to poach your skills for a while, not only with the usual recovery repair, but also just generally to have some eyes in the skies. I've been working on a lot of interesting projects. I imagine a certain group will be watching me very closely. It'd be good to watch them back. I understand if we're still busy with the nesting season, but if you're free, I'd love to have you here. I've set a place aside especially. Yours faithfully, Domeril. Okay, well, we got into there. That's cool. Here is where we want to... We already went. We're trying to get to here, maybe? You have a favorite frog? I don't know. There's a lot of really good ones. I like the pocket snoozer a lot. I like the long-legged dazzler a lot. There are some banger frogs, though. Active staff. Deceased staff. That's interesting. Personnel files. Deceased staff? I gotta go tell Domeril about this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on just a minute. Yo, Domero, I gotta talk to you. I found the personnel files. Hopefully Dendro wasn't too suspicious of you skulking about. Let me see here. That's certainly interesting. Seems you are haunted, my friend. The records say Dendro died back in 253. Exactly. However this Dendro is, they're not who they say they are. However, the rest of the rescue team don't seem to suspect anything, so he at least looks and acts the part. Another name that pops out to me here in the files, Drato. He's the fellow who was up working with Honora in climate control. However, according to this, he was reassigned to Pond 4 years ago, so why is he here? He had a place down in residential. I'd say you should go check that out next. Alright. I found the personnel files. Yeah, I already did that. We had that. Oh, you just always do that and react with the same amount of surprise. That's cool. I'm gonna go back to the residential district now. I'm sorry, Tiger Mama. I hope that people can be stupid, like, not near you and give you a little break, you know? Snacks and Frog game good. Yeah, this is residential. Where are the big trees? Ah, this is the big tree. See, the bottom left of this map. Homeward bound, huh? Let's go there. Working on your D&D character. Yeah, Tiger Mama, I hope that you can figure out something that gives you a little relief there. Some sort of change that makes it less your problem every day. Find key. Oh, apparently I already found that. Breaking in. Dumeral's Garden. The residential district in Drato's house. So if I look for Drato's house, that's right here. I'm looking to go into here, but from the dream world. So this is convenient. Oh, I don't have that one. Hold on, I gotta go find the jellyfish. Can I not get down from there? No. Of course not. Can I get down from here? What do you mean, closed? What do you mean, closed? Why is the loft hatch closed? Just let me go down there. I've been here before. Why don't you remember me? I've been here, though. Must be the other one. Eastern pool, maybe? Probably the dockyard pool, right? This is climate control, though. No, that's just the other thing that was in climate control. This is just the residential district, but it's down here. I should be able to go around to the dockyard then, though, so... Okay. That's amazing, Tiger Mama. It looks like you have to go up to there, you know? Like, I don't know if, this is doing it. See that? There was algae there. Where am I? This is the spawning pools. Where's the residential district? The central junction. So it's to the right of the central junction. Climate control's above. The central junction's here. The residential district's there. What's beneath the residential district, though? Okay. It is time. We'll be sending some supplies shortly to help you set up the machine at the location you found up north. Your continued loyalty will be rewarded once the situation's been dealt with satisfactorily. RXRA. Is it like they don't want to cede power to the Pawn Mothers or something? And Drado is like in league with the RXRA or something? Like, jeez. Well, that's Drado's house. So I can go back to Domeril again. Managed to get into the place, did you? Excellent. Let me have a look at what you found. Oh no, this isn't good. If the RXRA is involved, we got our work cut out for us. They have resources far beyond us. Plus, if Dendro is any indication, who knows who else is watching. They mentioned a location up north. Perhaps Enora might have a better idea of what we should be looking for. You can trust her. She helped me build this place from nothing. Let her know I sent you. Okay, back to Enora. Alright. Back to Enora. Well, did it work, Dagger Mama? Or do you still need a pen? Okay, Enora's in climate control. So let's go to climate control. It did. Good. See? Totally worked then. Yo, what up? Dumeril sent me. What? Oh, thank goodness. I don't know if he was alive or not. I never saw him in the dream world. I just assumed the worst. Tell me everything. What's happened? Oh gosh, that's not great. I believe Drado of all frogs is working for the RXRA. What do those slimy buggers want with Pond 7? Few places you could check. He used to use an old building to the south when he was working late nights, down past the climate research lab. Some old work sheds by the western dock. No one really used them except for him, though. I found the seal. Never talked to you after that, I guess. Can I help you with anything? Nope, good. Well, okay. Work sheds by the western dock, huh? So that shed is what you want? Which means I should go here. Nice. So I need this memory, huh? I'm so smart. Good luck jamming. Reminds me of the check in Ocarina of Time with the frogs. I'm sure other people thought of that. Myola gave some more crap to break down today. Said it was some of the newer experiments around making it warmer or colder whenever they want. She said they've been working on some improved version of those heaters we use around here. Some sort of way to remove the need to hibernate entirely. Seems a bit daft to me. Personally, can't wait for the winter months to finally get some shut-eye. Joked about it being yet another piece of junk for the pile. She said actually it's more the opposite, so they worked a bit too well. Seems a shame to destroy something that ain't actually broken, especially when it might have its own uses down the line. Oh, there's ice down here, huh? Broken machine, okay. New orders. Drado, it's come to our attention some of the projects being undertaken by Delmerl and his team are not only dissenting in nature, but extremely dangerous to all frog kind. If details of this work gets out, it would have frightening implications for all of us unless we can intervene. We've attached the information in this letter about a plan of action, utilizing some of the machinery you claimed from the researchers. It'll give us time we need to properly assess the situation and decide the next steps to take. We will reach out again when it's time to begin. Until then, please start the preparations detailed. The RXRA. I can't turn the blasted thing off. Was supposed to just make things a bit colder, make everyone have a nice nap. Keeps getting colder and colder and don't seem to be stopping. The damn door's frozen up, can't get out, can't barely feel me toes anymore. I'm gonna try breaking the machine open. Maybe I can turn it off somehow. Jesus. So this is what happened, huh? Oh my god, wait, you're in the ice, bro. I discovered the secret. Found a huge ice crater, and at the center, the remains of Drado, along with a prototype machine called a Winterizer. Faulty machine and its operators are responsible for the storm that started all this. Now you know what happened. You should head back to Dummerl. Tell him what you found out. Yeah, Dummerl. Yo, what up? Good luck with the bedge. I believe in you. Get good rest. I'm big frogging. I'm like, I gotta go tell Dummerl what happened. You're back. How did it go? You find what Drado was up to? Fucking hell, what were they thinking? So many frogs have been lost because of what they did, and for what? Frightened us some bits of paper, were they? Well, they better be scared, because this ends now. I know exactly what they were afraid of, and what you did here just proves what some of us had theorized. Go to the trade examination lab. It's best if you see for yourself. Take my key. You had that the whole time? Cloning labs, ancestor regression, prototype storage, trade examination. Trade examination. Going this way. Old inconsistencies. The more time we spend working on the relics here in the Dream and the Nexus, the more things don't really add up with nobility. The locking mechanism for the pawn is not only past a pool that uses 1N, but has an activation code also using it. There's also several pillars around here for Dream variants, and none of them max out the trait. So the new Froglet said, if the nobles are so important and the Dream is also important, why is there not a single use of 7N by the ancients? It's a good question. Spent years now digging into the nobility trait and the abilities it manifests, and I fear my initial theories were correct. There is no tangible, measurable quality that links the nobility trait to any sort of inherent eliteness or superiority that the RXRA have always claimed. The only quantity we can measure is inversed. 1N frogs consistently have the highest dream affinity, while the nobles are renowned for their lack of it. I've considered every possibility, but Frockum's razor tells me the answer is the simplest one. The trait's been flipped. Oh. Frog eugenics. Dummerl, I discovered the frog eugenics. You could have told me instead of giving me the key, but hey, you know, whatever, right? I'm back. Dummerl. Nobility is a lie? Unbelievable. Looking back, all the products we worked on here in the Memory Works, it seems so obvious. Guess we'd have thought that's how it worked. Trade off for having their power. So much for that. It was always a working theory. We never dared talk about it. It's not like we had any real proof until now. There'll be plenty of time for me to kick myself once this is over. But for now, we're still in danger. Regardless of what the RXRA plan to do and what actually happened, the fact is they're still here and they're desperate. Head to the Gateway Nexus. It's time we open the Pond Mother's pool. For real this time. Yeah, nobility is made up. Represents a frog's affinity for the dream, of which the nobles have none. The heart of the Gateway Nexus. Alright, so the heart of the Gateway Nexus. Is it this? I was assuming. All the pond mother pools have a mechanism for locking off access to the temple. It's usually located close by. When we first came to Pond 7, we're exploring the area. We couldn't find the locking mechanism anywhere in the central region until we discovered the gateway has explored the gateway nexus. For whatever reason, the locking mechanism's here, not directly by the temple. We have quite a few theories of why that be. Personally, I think Pond 7 was relatively a newer pond to the others. I think would also explain some of the more advanced technology we've only found here, too. Regenerator. Key frog spawn required. Any frog spawn allowed. Alright. Activate the regenerator. Doomeros told you the key 7-1 all sevens. No, he fucking didn't. He did not tell me that, or I didn't read it. Probably that one, right? 7-1 all sevens? What kind of frog is that? Is that like minimum nobility but max everything else? Or like the Towering Prince but not noble because nobility's flipped? Is that it? Probably, right? 7-1. Yeah, 1 is nobility. Okay, well that's something we can do. Minimize nobility, huh? There's gotta be a Towering Prince somewhere here, right? Rats. None Towering Prince. There's gotta be a Towering Prince. There's always one around, right? Well, there's one right here, so never mind. We want to take nobility all the way down. That's it. Oh, minimize nobility. Never mind. How do I raid you? If you, okay, there's a few ways to do it, Sid. If you do, type /raid name it'll count down. There's also in the top left of your dashboard under Raid Channel, like in the Quick Action section, you can click on Raid Channel and then type in the name and it'll do that. I didn't even know you were streaming, Sid. It's Froggy Friday. Mix. Got my Anti-Noble. Get the Towering Prince. Grab this. Tadpoles. We need some frog spawn, right? What? I'm so surprised. What? Sid's raiding. Holy shit. What were you doing, Sid? How's it going? You were doing Lego stuff. I'm so surprised. How was the Lego stuff? How's everyone doing? This is Froggy Fridays. I'm MIT Battery, and this game's called Mudborn. You're born of mud. It's got a lot of intrigue to it, but basically, you breed frogs, and you can alter their genetics because you're a frog geneticist. So I'm going to take this bucket of tadpoles, and I'm going to throw it in here. And I got to add something salty. Got you. Made something sick? Nice. I'm gonna have to look at the VOD and see what you were building. Sid is an IRL friend from way back in the day, if people don't know who the fuck Sid is. Sid's the homie, has been the homie for half my life. So, if you like Lego, Perfect 7, True Empyrean, Sublime Empyrean, okay. Jeez. I'll take it. I gotta find... Hold on, I gotta get something salty. Slimy. Unknown taste. Well, I'm gonna eat that one now. Sour. Am I finally out of salty bugs the whole game? I haven't gotten any more bugs in so long. Like, are these guys salty? Yes, that's how common they are. I just haven't done it all game. Okay, here you go, something salty. I'm gonna allow you... Take a Sublime Empyrean with me. More importantly, though, we need its eggs. We need Sublime Empyrean eggs. Interviewing, becoming an assistant master builder for the knockoff Legoland in Somerville? That sounds awesome. You need something for your background? Let's go. I hope you get that. That'd be awesome. That'd be so fun. Me, I'm just breeding frogs. to the gateway nexus. Sublime Empyrean. Other frogs. Restart the heart. Completed. We did it. Open the Pond Mother's Pool. Far more complex than the others. Raises the central platform in front of the Pond Mother's Pool. Well, it looks like we're headed back to the central junction, right? So let's go there. To the central junction. Pay his ass and trying to actually live in Somerville. Yeah, that blows. It does sound like an upgrade over several things we've been up to over the years, though, so... Well, just look at it this way. Now mosquitoes won't bite you. So, it's a win-win, right? I don't know if I want to talk to you, Dendro. Oh, shit. Okay. Ones, twos, threes, fours, fives, sixes, then sevens except for a one nobility. Probably do that. You managed to use the seals to open the central platform, just as I knew they would. Regrettably, since the pool itself has its own genetic lock, and a 6 ancestor lock at that. Never seen something so complex in all my years. Fear this may be impossible even for your talents. Perhaps it's time to call it a day here. We done all we can. This pond seems to be lost. Aw, you little piece of shit, you Dendro. You're not even really Dendro. Dendro died. Who are you? Am I Dendro? Hmm. Alright, well, we start out with the Stubby Scamp. So... increase every trait by 1, right? Odor, ribbit, amplitude, umbrage, audacity. Odor, nobility? That's odor plus 2. That's odor, ribbit, amplitude. Well, what do I actually need? Umbrage, ribbit, audacity. That's not saturation, right? Do I have a saturation plus 1? That's saturation minus 1. That's saturation plus 1. Pickled bonnet? Do I have any of those? Probably around here somewhere. Amplitude, odor, umbrage, ribbit. Amplitude, odor, umbrage, ribbit, audacity, saturation. What am I missing? Ribbit, audacity, saturation. Amplitude, odor, umbrage, ribbit, audacity. Amplitude, odor, umbrage, ribbit, audacity, saturation. Nobility. I need nobility plus 1. I need nobility plus 1 and amplitude minus 1. Amplitude, odor, umbrage, ribbit, audacity, saturation. Just nobility plus 1. Right? So if I were to make a nobility plus 1, nobility plus 1 is nobility minus 1 and like a reverse nobility or something, right? That's suppress nobility. That's minimize nobility. That's nobility plus 1. Flat stinkhorn. The flat stinkhorn is nobility plus 1, but also odor plus 1. So could I do like an odor minus kind of deal? Because if I do a flat stinkhorn, nobility and odor, it'd be one more odor. So I need to do minus 1 odor. Is there a minus 1 odor one? Can I subtract 1 odor? Shrinking cap is minus an odor. And minus an amplitude. So shrinking cap. Yeah, I need spores. Shrinking cap spores. Flat stinkhorn spores. Because if I do flat stinkhorn shrinking cap, yeah. Flat stinkhorn shrinking cap and then bothersome pickles. Okay. Flat stinkhorn. Bothersome fungus is just... warm and damp. Waking mushroom. So bothersome fungus. Okay, let's do it then. Chilly and damp, and we want warm and damp. So it's currently night. We want it to be like dusk or day. Balmy and damp. Warm and damp. Heh. This is flat stinkhorn shrinking caps. Flat stinkhorn is balmy normal in grass. Okay, can do that. Yeah, I'll sleep to the next day, fine. Thanks. Frog game's pretty good. Bothersome fungus hybrid. And flat stinkhorn hybrid. This is amplitude, nobility, odor, umbrage, ribbit, audacity, saturation. Just need some mud. One up. Modify a trait of every single frog spawn in one magic mud. Okay. I need more salty. Dawn. The second-rate prowler. Sure. Yeah, didn't have to do the frog like that. We'll repeat this process a few times. And then after we get to 4, 5, 6, 7 is the end. I mean, it's just going to take a while, you know? It's not even that hard. I'm going to refill my tea, use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back, chat. I'll actually be right back this time, though. I swear, I promise.
I'm not even gonna touch anything. I'm just gonna get my tea. Frog.
The low-grade croaker. That's just -1 amplitude, minimum nobility. You know, that'll do. Amplitude, odor, umbrage, ribidacity, saturation, but minimum. Yep, that'll do it. That's for leader. He's going here. Good job, Rose. You did it. Now, you should hang out. Gen 15 frog. Yep. soon. The imperfect blabber? I love it. I love the imperfect blabber. Yeah, that's good. What up? I don't think so. Huh, the imperfect You're the imperfect blabber. I got it now. It's Sid's the imperfect blabber. They look just like this in real life too. Come on, frogs. Finish kissing. Nice. Got this imperfect blabber. And now we got everything to max except for nobility. The perfect frog. The game basically is frogs beget frogs, though, because you have frogs, Sid, like this frog is the stubby scamp, right? That frog was the imperfect blabber, and they have, like, amplitude through saturation, nobility, odor, umbrage, ribbit, audacity, how wet, hungry, loud, grumpy, smelly, noble, or large is the frog, and that's its genetic code 1 through 7, 1 through 7, so 49 slots. 49 slots where 1 through 7 can all be in there. And so the game basically revolves around genetic gates where you need frogs with specific ancestors or genetic codes. And you also unravel the mystery of what happened to the pond and like your role and what to do about it. This is actually near the end of the game. But the entire game is basically like this. You keep building more machines to build more frogs. And you just chill out and hang out for hours and hours making frogs. So it's a good game. Because it's this. This is the game. And then when the bar completes, you get frogs. Look at all these frogs we got now. Look at this. I still haven't gotten the Soggy Marcher, Waning Bullfrog, Dripping Giant, or Grubby Rascal. Which I bet I could sort of guess at what the genetic codes are. But they also are written down, like, on the sides of things, so... The Sublime Empyrean. Alright. This is a true Empyrean. Why is this a true Empyrean, but this a Sublime Empyrean? They have the same genetic code. But I guess, you know, whatever. Alright, I got the Sublime Empyrean. So now I'm headed to the Gateway Nexus. No, I'm not headed to the Gateway Nexus. I am headed to the Central Pool, Central Junction. Life's so much simpler in this game. Yeah, it's like when you play Stardew Valley for about 50 hours, you forget about the horrors of the world, you know? It's kind of nice. It's a good game, though. Really good game. Fun game. I think I've played it a few tens of hours. I don't think there's much less gameplay than that, and I don't think there's much more gameplay than that. It's just like you're signing up for a very pleasant 30 hours of frog breeding, you know? Well done, Mudborn. Oh, I gotta click it. Sorry for the very suspenseful. You have given us hope when all felt lost. Thank you for everything you have done. As for you, little imposter, I have been told about your actions here. You will be held responsible for your crimes. The truth you hope to keep secret will be made known to all. It is time for a new beginning. G. Shoutouts to everyone on this team. Looks like a relatively small team of people making a little indie game, and they managed to make a really fun little creative game around a mechanic that isn't really in other games and in a genre that isn't like overly saturated, you know? I don't know how their other game with the bees and stuff go, but this was a pleasant little game the entire time. I was never like, I wish this is over. I was never like, I wish it never ended. It was just, everything about it was like, that's how much I wanted to breed frogs. This much. So. Hey, GG, Millie. Looking at this weird-ass game and settling, hell yeah, I'm in. Alright. Look at all the little personalized, like, thanks and messages and stuff. That's cool. The game jam from which Mudborn was born, so it was born out of a game jam, apparently. That's cool. I think they did a really good job with this game, you know? It wasn't too much of anything, it wasn't too little of anything. It was just like... Yeah, I also love actual credits that, like, have, like, things that the people who worked on the game wrote and stuff. I like it when they thank the player and give you a little doot noise at the end, you know? Nah, this was a pleasant game. All born out of mud. All born out of oat playing Hollow Knight quick enough for me to need to play it. Open the Pond Mother's reflection pool. Let's go. What up, Domaril? Let's go. Rana's back in the waking world, connected to the Pond Mothers. The truth will get out. Dendro's brought to justice. The majority of the frogs will be glad to have an end to the RXRA. Time for a new beginning. Let's go, new beginning. You can go to the Pond Mother's pool here. You can talk to Rana. We avoided disaster. You're respawning all the dreamers. I have some questions. What's this ability you mentioned? You can transport you to either world. Special stone lily pads, one for different frog species. Powers fully restored if you bring one of each frog here. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to breed one of every frog to put on, like, every single conduit here in order to true ending the game or, like super completion it, you know? I don't know. But this is, No, we did it. We did it. Here's the completionist thing. You've beaten the game. It's gonna break the fourth wall. You don't need to do any if you don't want to. There's no big reward. Little achievement. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, discover all the things. Do everything. Like, yeah, that's basically it. Discover all the frogs. Help all the NPCs. Like, we did most of this. There are a few things missing from our quest book. There are a couple of journal entries I think we never got back to. But, like, overall, that's credits. That's G, you know? Not bad. Yeah, I did just win Colette. Fun game. Cool little game. Let's see who else is on the internet. Because I don't know what we're doing for next Friday, if it's this or something else. But I do know that I have some other stuff to do today. And it's already like 10. So let's see who else is on the internet. Thanks everyone for being here for a Froggy Friday. Froggy Fridays successful. Also, it's been a month and a week of Frog Game. Amazing how time passes, huh? Let's see who's doing what on the internet. Colette, are you streaming tonight? I don't remember what your schedule's like right now. Squid Game, but with less murder. Now, Frog Game is so pleasant and nice compared to Squid Game. There's only some eugenics in a ruling class. Some. Setting up and haven't picked a game yet? Who here wants to raid Colette with whatever she's doing? Anyone here down to just see what Colette comes up with? Maybe that's the move. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Cool. Yeah, we'll just stall then, you know, until Colette decides. You could do more wheel. You could play Mudborn. You could rank cheeses. That doesn't require a lot of your hands. I think between both of us, is it your left or right hand that's fucked up, Colette? My left arm, I can't move it or do fucking anything with it, so. You don't have Mudborn, you could buy it. GG. I think I won in the end. What a pleasant game, Oat. This is like a sweater of a game, you know? Both in different ways. I hope that they continue to improve, Colette. Gotta take care of your hands. This is so pleasant, Oat. I don't know if I'm gonna go back and like put all the frogs here and like 100% it. I'm missing a few bugs or whatever, but I'm pretty satisfied with the number of things we did. I feel like I was breeding frogs for like exactly as long as I wanted to do everything. Like, I could find these other random things, but I don't really want to use a guide or anything, and if I'm going to 100% it, I don't want to leave like one box unchecked, so I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I could get every single frog and put them here, but like, that's just a matter of going back and waiting for the bars to load, right? Like, you know, haven't gone for 100%. Yeah, I feel like it just wrapped up kind of nice. Like, you made most of the frogs, you solved most of the mysteries, good job, Mudborn. Everything will be fine now. Even the corruption will be undone. Now I'm here. Like, yeah, thanks, Pun Mother. Thinking about Chuchin, don't know if you want a solo. So you're saying that you won at a crew? I don't think I can be on crew right now, because I have some other stuff to do. But you could Chooch, you could Chooch too, you could Lethal, you could Repo. You could go back to ranking cheeses. Really feel like ranking cheeses should be higher up in your consideration list. You're the only one who has Chooch too? Well, whose fault is that? You don't have enough cheese to rank? We can fix that. Furious Lurker. You have Chooch too, but you must go to bed. Everyone out here with some sort of semblance of a schedule and adult responsibility. Don't know if anyone's available. If you build it, they will come, Colette. Birdie gifted you Chooch too. Birdie is a fucking treasure. I love them. Sid doesn't have Chooch 2. Banned. Get the fuck out. No Chooch 2. No clout. No bitches. Zero maidens. You definitely have no schedule or adulting going on. Hey, that's good. Don't get one. Take Lego job and experience happiness. Sell blood plasma and take Lego job. Fuck it. The bestest, bluest, birdiest blue. That's true, on all counts. How do we convince Birdie Blue to go to GDQ? You peer pressured Odin to getting it? Well, you can invite Oat then. Was Oat trying to chooch? I like how we're organizing Chooch 2 for your stream here, because we're gonna go raid there. When is GDQ? Oh, Rose, are you going to GDQ? It's in like a month and a week, about. Scared of solo? You soloed Chooch 1 all the time? Maybe it's because it's new, and you have this little worm in your brain that makes you feel like you're not as capable as you were yesterday for some reason. But don't worry, we're here to remind you. You'd be fine doing it solo. You'd also be fine rolling with a crew. You're a liar. You always believe in me. How does always believing in you make me a liar? You could be persuaded to travel up yonder. You do make the pool schedule now. Ah, so you're just like everyone's all double covered that week, you know? So you can just travel right through. I mean, you should look at the schedule and see if there's anything, like, on the schedule that you want to be in the stream room for, like, on a particular day, like, first half or second half of the week or something. I want to say Snail came through for, like, the first few days. And that's also why Snail was able to kick back and watch, like, the Metroid Fusion run after pouring a bunch of tequila into a container of juice and then sitting in the back of the stream room just drinking, hanging out, doing nothing. That's how you know I gotta pass the baton to Colette, Sid. I'm not cut out for this streaming business. Gotta entertain the masses. Colette's got it. Let me go to Colette's channel. Twitch.tv/ColetteMSLP.
Hey! A lot of weird stuff over here.
A lot of weird stuff over there, says Julia, playing the headliners with 470 few viewers. Julia is also a very nice person. I never run into Julia on the internet except for either in Colette or Oat's stream or on Julia's stream. Like, we don't end up in the same rooms a lot, and she isn't, like, here or anything, but Julia's fucking great. I love Julia. Julia's so nice. Got tired after 2.5 hours. It takes a lot out of you, especially, like, conducting, like, keeping attention, conducting yourself, like, playing a game, doing anything for that long. I want to say we started, it was, like, maybe 6 p.m., 5 p.m., something like that. I don't even remember. We were going for a little while before the disconnect thingy, like reset our time about 2 hours ago. We were on like 7 hours ago though, so it's kind of been a while. We did beat Mudbourne, so that makes sense. That's great. I'm gonna take out my brass rat. It should give me advantage on beaver checks. Almost accidentally played The Static Age by Green Day. Do we know any running? We know quite a few people running, actually. Like, Allie's around, like, Cosmic's playing the bouncer. Skylar in chat has a backup run for Wii Music. Oh yeah, Sid, I never fucking saw when that was. I was in DC all last week for a work thing, and I have another work thing coming up. And I did not even look at the date. I saw that you messaged me like, hey, can you come? And I was like, I'll figure that out when I get back from DC. And I just got back from DC, and I didn't figure it out yet. I'll look when it is and see. It's gonna depend on a lot, though, because the job something. I don't even need to get into why, but I've been more busy with work because it's the end of the school year, so it like affects what kind of reports and things need to happen, so everyone's still kind of freaking out a little bit, trying to get things together, so we'll see. Rip, it's next Saturday? Yeah, that's real rough, because I'm pretty sure next Saturday, literally on Saturday, is when I can meet with the old head of engineering to go over, like, one of the, like, I don't need to get into work stuff. It doesn't really matter, but I need to meet with the old guy that used to have my job around, like, some AWS stuff, whatever, because we're still building on top of things, and it's been, you know, quite a while at this point. So, I might actually just be working that weekend. Oh, dang. Colette is on. I am so surprised. You know what we should do, chat? You know what we should do? We should raid Colette, but at night, yeah, as in, like, the last time I met with this guy, he was available at 10 p.m. And that was the only time he was available. So 10 p.m. on a Thursday, I met with him. If he's only available on a Saturday, it is like a coin flip that it's 10 p.m. on that Saturday. Which means that I'm going to have stuff to do until the Monday meeting, because the CEO is going to have another conversation with, like, an external vendor kind of person. So if that's happening on Monday or Tuesday after that, then what we do on Fridays now, I have no idea. I have no clue at all. I didn't know last time, and I don't know this time. Ever since I found that one location in Tears of the Kingdom, we've been looking for something to do. I'll pick something though. I mean, I did do the DLC. Visit every star system in Elite Dangerous. That sounds about as fun as counting every grain of rice or playing No Man's Sky again. So, like, believe it or not, a medium amount of fun. It might be satisfying, you know, how many rice there are, but oh man, I haven't fucking heard from or talked to Barbie in, like, a large number of years. I probably couldn't come through the city again. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out offline. I probably can't go though, Sid. It sucks, but I probably can't go. I need people to answer me to know what's happening next weekend. Because I was told that was one of the only times that the other guy was going to be free again. And normally no one would really ask me to do something on a weekend, but if I'm like, hey, if that's the only time this guy says he's available for some ungodly reason, then sure, it just has to be done. So, we'll see. 1-to-1 Milky Way model. No. No. Love when everything's in the air. Yeah, it'd be easier to plan if I knew exactly when shit was happening, but sometimes you just don't get that, especially not in Startup World. I mean, it's like I wanted to see if I could say hey to Millie and Skylar because they live in like the Maryland, Virginia area, and I was all around that area for work stuff. But I kept getting back to my hotel room at like 11 or 10:30 or something, and then needing to work for a few hours on a slide deck for the next day at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. to get up. So it's like I had no time at all. What a pleasant frog game. Oh, when is the next time that you're doing some sort of production Hollow Knight thing? We'll just make another bet, and it'll give one of us something to do, right? Like you'll beat P5, and I'll play another game like this, and just breed frog. Yeah, it is, Sid. Hi, Daddy. I breed all the frogs. Bred. I bred all the frogs. Frogs. Alright, I'll get out of here. I'll raid Colette. Thanks for being here for Froggy Friday, for Frog Game. Join the Discord. Figure out with me what the hell we're going to do the rest of the time. I am going to play Lords of Shadow 2, Castlevania 1 for Chaos, because I played through the DLC of the first one the other day, and I wanted to do it. That's not really a game that you can spend like every Friday on for a very long time, though, so it'll probably be like something else. But I do need to find another game that's like I can put some time into it every Friday. Like this was good because it was like, 5 or 6 weeks or something. So something that isn't done within 2 streams or done within like one long one or something. I don't know, I'll brainstorm. Maybe y'all can help me. Raid Colette MSLP, and if you have a Calp. Well look, there's Colette's alerts. Because we never fixed that, so we still get Colette's alerts here. But hey, you can go tell her I sent you, Be like, hey, I heard that alert just now. And she'll be all, battery. And then her face will just keep shifting around like a cubist nightmare. How can you hear me? You are streaming. How can you even hear me right now? How can you hear me to point the gun? It says starting soon, you're on the chooch screen. How can you hear me? How are you still here? Explain yourself. You're not dwarf. I'm not there. Why aren't you there? You know what? I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there and you're not gonna be there. Everyone raid Colette who isn't there. Everyone go and be like, hello, oh, you're not here. Oh. But if I bring you there, Colette, if you're here and I bring everyone there, won't you be there? You'll be there once I bring everyone there. Because everyone's here. Turn the friggin' frogs gay.